All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How are you doing today?
Doing all right, man. Sitting here waiting for third quarter GDP number to come out. Unemployment just initial claims came in a little bit better than expected, 751 versus 775. Believe continuing claims were a little bit better than expected, but I have not seen the printed number yet, and GDP is just a few seconds late here, so I'm listening for that right now.
Okay. All right. Excellent. We'll see
I
how that
anticipate
plays
I
out. Mhm.
anticipate spirally really getting active here as soon as that drops. So we'll see.
Yeah. All right. We'll be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, let's take a quick look and Norm, jump in whenever that happens.
Yep.
Let's look at what we had yesterday on our watch list, starting with a TUP. So TUP was obviously very, very active and actually traded pretty good right into the market open. After the market open, did give you a nice, beautiful continuation of this 2720. So that was clean, a beautiful drop towards some of these moving averages. So it did give you a lot of opportunities here on TUP, but that first breakout, that initial breakout at the open was pretty nice.
So that number did just come in. I was wrong to correct myself. Continuing claims were a hair bit worse than expected, but not a huge amount. GDP came in just over. I think it was 33.1%. It was 31-ish% expected, so a little bit better than expected. Market's
Okay.
just kind of digesting it right now. We'll see where it goes.
Okay. You got it, man.
Go
Thanks.
ahead. Sorry, man.
No worries. So looking now, let's go back over to BBBY, another one that was on our list as well. This one, let's take a look at our 5 minute from yesterday. Had some pretty good trading in here, guys. As the pop, right? So you had we I always look at this candle. You get this one indecision, somewhat candle, and then usually breaks out one way or the other. But this is all you had. This one pop here, and this was my concern with BBBY, and then from there it just did nothing. Just really, guys, absolutely nothing. So that was BBY yesterday. You got this one initial break. After that, you didn't see much. Here is CCL. CCL was nice. Again, beautiful breakdown here on CCL. You did get this push right before the market opened, and then the slam down, and it traced perfectly. It does come back, try to get above the VWAP, cannot hold, and then just look at this nice drop heading down here again on CCL. So, guys, a pretty good trading on CCL yesterday. Hopefully, you guys took advantage of that. UAL was choppy. We did not get a clean day like we did the day before. Day before was amazing. We had a beautiful drop, great continuation. A little bit choppy at the open. You did lose some of these great levels you had here. You had to wait for them. This was a good level here, 32.63, actually where the price is right now. But again, pretty rough open. Neo was actually very exciting. Insane drop here. I did not take this. It's just it seemed too whippy for me at the time. So it's just insane drop here. You get this weird indecision candle, and this is what made me not take this trade. The pullback was too aggressive to jump in back down for a short. It really looked like this thing wanted to continue to kind of take off and go back towards the high of the day. So I missed this opportunity here. But after this thing settles down, look at the beautiful drop. A pullback like this one here would have been much better. But again, it's just you didn't get that. And then again, another drop with some good volume on Neo. And then eventually you did get a base here. And I wonder if Jared took this trade. Jared's webinar kind of talks about taking these reversals here and what he looks for. I wonder if all those things were hit for him to take that trade. But it get amazing bounce back to the VWAP and a beautiful continuation right after the VWAP as well. Then from 11 to 1 or 2, it's just pure chop, not much going on there. BA was actually not good at the open. It does settle down. Nice, beautiful short here, but the reversal was a lot cleaner. So you see this double bottom reversal here back to the VWAP. This was much cleaner opportunity. I know a lot of traders that took this trade and did very well. So congrats there. So that is what we had yesterday, guys. Let's take a look at our gappers list this morning. We do have quite a bit in the green today, so we'll get into that. Only one in the red this morning. A lot of stuff bouncing up nicely here. Pinch 32%. So we'll take a look at that. OSTK is in here and some other names that we know very well and some crappy ones that will probably fly right through. So with that said, let's get to the market pulse and then come back to this list.
I've kind of already given you the meat of it, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave you the data that came out this morning. We got pending home sales at 10 a.m. All the indices, the
Mm-hmm.
Dow, Qs, SPY were higher this morning. They bled off all morning. SPY went negative, Dow went negative. Qs touched previous day close and then
Yeah.
have started to come back since that GDP report came out. So that's kind of what we got going on. And today's the busiest day there is, single day of earnings season. We've got a bunch of stuff reporting after the bell. We've had a bunch of stuff report this morning as well. So could be an interesting day. Although many of the charts I'm seeing haven't been too interesting, but they're starting to heat up now. I think everything was just kind of chopping before we got those numbers coming out.
Yeah, yeah, we see the market reacting to those numbers now, getting a little bit of a nice pop here. I think kind of waiting for the numbers not to be worse than what they expected, right? That would have not been good, especially after a day like yesterday. Huge drop here, huge gap down, and a nice drop on the spot yesterday. So, with that said, let's get to our list this morning. Let's make some room for our watch list today. All right, we'll get some rows in here. And let's start with what's down this morning since it's only one at the moment. MRLV, what just happened there? Why am I getting an error?
What's that?
MRVL, excuse me, VL. All right, here we go. All right, weird that that's happening. Let's, looks like our link might have got messed up here. Let's fix our link. I'm not sure why I'm getting
So
that
just the
error.
background on this, Marvell MRVL is buying IPHI, which is the number two gap up on the scanner, in a cash and stock deal. That's what the news is here.
All right, thank you, Norm. All right, looks like that might have been fixed now. No, I'm still not. We gotta figure out what's going on there. One second, guys. All right, here we go. Let's try that one more time. If not, we'll do it. Oh, there it is. Okay, that works. All right, so right now, guys, pre-market action not looking so bad. We have 990, so pretty good volume. We're down 7% on this one. Daily does look interesting. Beautiful drop here. We're holding a slight area of support, not quite. It was a little bit higher. Here would have been a much better 37. We're right below that. But again, an interesting area where the price action is. You do have some areas of resistance on here. So I do like that. I think the volume looks good. I think the pre-market action for this stock actually looks decent. Usually does not trade very well pre-market, but today could be now. Is it a all? What's the deal? All cash, Norm?
No, it's a cash and stock.
Cash and stock. Okay, all right, good. So we could watch this. Let's see if this is gonna be. It could be a hit or miss. We'll have to see how that plays out. JMIH is coming up into our down, gapping down list right now. Pre-market action started to build up. Just made it over 100,000. It is down 2%. Let's see how it traded yesterday. This stock was down huge yesterday. I did not keep it on my list. Open looks like it was rough, and then it did settle down and trade actually pretty nice towards the upside here, regaining some of these moving averages and kind of sticking to that 9 moving average. So that was pretty decent. We can definitely put this as a possible for now. Pre-market needs to get a little bit better. Had a good day yesterday. Let's head over to our gapping up list. We have pins in here, and pins up huge this morning after some action last night. What's the deal with these guys?
Yeah, Pins had earnings, blew them out of the water. These anything related to home improvement and hobbies and decorating has been doing well. So they've benefited from people being locked in their houses, seeing almost a 1/3 gain on their stock price this morning.
All right, excellent. So Pence is looking really good right now, guys. Definitely worth having on our list. Pre-market action, we do got some volume here. 1.9, starting to get a little bit better here as you see more volume towards the bottom, starting to trend nicely. Definitely on our list this morning, up 32%. It's a very big pop for them this morning. IPHI, this one pre-market
It's a
right
big
now.
pop, but I got to tell you, ever
Yep.
since it made that pop,
Mm-hmm.
even if you go back to yesterday's close and then the announcement, it made the popped up just around the 65 area.
Yep.
It's just kind of chopped between like
Yeah.
66 and 64 ever since then. So it'll be interesting to see which way it decides to go.
Yeah, it's definitely stuck in a range here. We'll have to see if we're gonna actually do something out of that range. I agree with you 100% on that.
Got
Um,
a few upgrades this morning as well. So
Yep. Okay, sweet. We look forward to that. At the open, OSTK, this one's starting to get going here. 8 o'clock, you're getting some movement. It is up 15%, which is pretty nice. 581,000 right now. Pre-market action looks good actually for OSTK. This stock, it was on our blacklist. Like we would not trade this a couple of was it a year or so ago? It was just so, it was like a low flow
I
stock. It
still
was,
won't, man.
you
It
still
still
won't?
acts like it was.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
low float. It still acts like one.
Yeah, yeah. So it's getting a little bit better, but it's one of those stocks, man. You got to be real careful with. So again, pre-market action looks good right now. The spread, 15 cents, is not great, and actually you got some pretty decent gaps in here. So you got to be careful with that. That has to get better. I'll add it here for now. If we find something better, we can take this off. But just again, this stock could be very wild.
Same
Here's
story
Twitter.
as pins
Yeah.
on this, by the way. They had earnings this morning, blew away both top and bottom lines.
All right, sweet. Here's Twitter. Today they are up nicely above this nasty daily consolidation that they had here between the 40, 48, 48, 48 looks like, in about 50-35 or so, 50-50. Breaking out a little bit out of that. And also, is this their all-time highs? Twitter all-time high now. I'm not sure if they are. Is that what we're fighting against here?
Yeah,
No, we're
they
not.
are.
No. I think, well, going way
Oh,
back,
yep, no,
2013.
you're right. I
Yeah, this
missed it.
is
2013, 14,
yeah.
15, when people thought Twitter might actually one day make money.
Take over the world. So 71 14 is our all-time high. But we have not been here in a very long time. 2015 was the last time we were up here. So again, what, 5 years ago or so. Yeah, so this is interesting. Let's see if we're going to get going here. Right now, pre-market is really crappy. And the volume, although you have 479, you know Twitter trades heavy volume. So this is not great right now. Their daily looks a little bit better. Throwing it as a possible for now. I think it'll get better. We'll come back to it. PEIX. Usually these type of tickers are horrible, and this one is horrible. Horrible pre-market action.
Yeah.
Horrible. Not so bad daily, but horrible pre-market action on this one. We'll skip it. Is it foreign? No, it doesn't look foreign, but it looks horrible. So we'll stay away from that one. mRNA, we haven't traded this one or even looked at it in some time after being very active almost every day on our list. Right now, pre-market, it has volume, but I'm not seeing where the great pre-market action is right now. Just look at how spread out these candles are. Just, no type of great flow here at all. Their daily also not looking interesting. Yesterday it seems to have been a great trade, which was to the short side for a lot of stocks. So not surprising that they're up 4.2 this morning, right? So I'm gonna skip on this one for now. We can
They
come
had,
back to it.
they had
Mhm.
earnings this morning. I don't know what it'll do
Oh,
for them. It's been very tough to trade after that first few weeks,
yeah.
when it was really in play in the early spring. But they
Yes,
had
yes,
earnings. Their revenue topped estimates, but they spent a fortune in research and development, which can be expected. So they had a
yeah,
bigger loss than expected, but had more revenue.
yeah. And you can tell this is look at the volume down here. This is exactly around the time we stopped really looking at it. It was just the volume had died down. It wasn't trading well. And look at the times
Yeah.
that we were trading it. Look how high the volume was, almost three times as much, right? On their lowest days here. So volume has a lot to do with it, guys. This thing has been very choppy. I don't since September, I think, or even before, has not traded very well. So let's look at CMCSA. This one, we've seen this very active in the past. I don't trade this stock. For me, it's every time I trade, I lose money. It's a horrible trading stock for me. So I'm not gonna watch it. If you like this one, if we had success in the past, by all means, put it on your list. I hate the way this stock trades. You have those tickers you just completely hate. This is one of them for me. So I won't be watching this one right now. Pre-market action
Basically a
looks
utility
like
they
crap.
generally don't.
Yeah,
It's basically a utility they generally don't trade well. This one, it's not quite a utility. It's not as bad, but yeah,
yeah.
I'd agree with you on there. They did have earnings this morning. They had great subscriber growth as far as their high speed internet stuff. Of course, they're getting killed with their theme parks, but that's what's going on.
All right, perfect. Again, not watching this one, but if you guys like it, could be on the lookout for that. Here is Facebook. Facebook right now, 312. They're up 3.5 this morning. Again, not seeing anything great pre-market wise. I'm not sure if we have any news on Facebook. I don't think we do. Um,
Facebook has earnings tonight.
okay.
I think they're probably getting a little bit of a sympathy move here with pins based on their earnings and
Hmm.
just a rosy picture there, advertising and such for people that are not stuck at their desks, kind of thing, I guess. So that's the only thing I'm really seeing interesting on Facebook.
All right. Yeah. So right now, again, nothing great. We kind of stuck between some levels here as well. So even the daily doesn't look too exciting. If we were breaking out this 285, maybe that would have been a little bit more interesting. But right now, again, this daily's not doing it for me. Let's look at
Somebody,
Neo.
did you
Yep.
skip? Did you skip IPHI? Somebody
I don't know.
mentioned
Did
it
we?
on.
Man,
I don't. I didn't hear you say anything
no, I don't
about
think
it.
we did. Maybe because it doesn't look great. But look at this right now. This is up 25%, which is quite a bit. We do got some volume on it. Pre-market here, you do have a nice price action there. I don't like the daily on this though, man. The daily is pretty
Yeah,
scary. Look at the volume here, less than a million. Stocks like this are dangerous. Very, very
spread's
dangerous.
terrible.
Yep. Yep.
You got a 90 cent spread right then. You got a dollar something spread for a second there. So yeah, this is despite it having traded 663,000 shares this morning, this doesn't look very liquid to me.
Right.
It's
Right.
it's being acquired by Marvell, which we talked about earlier. This is the one that's getting bought out in cash and stock. This looks like a potential recipe for disaster here.
Yeah, so again, that's the key there, that spread and how liquid it can be. That don't be before, like you mentioned, by that 670,000. These numbers on the bid and ask here are not looking good. So careful with that one. Let's head on down to, we looked at Facebook. Neo has a great pre-market action already this morning, and their daily looks amazing. I have to say, got a nice kind of ABCD pattern forming here. They had a beautiful bounce 2 days ago. Yesterday they had a red day. I think if the market wouldn't have been so crappy, this thing probably would have broken out of this. I would have not been surprised to see something like that. But great pre-market action, guys. 3 million shares traded right now. Their daily looks very beautiful the way it's setting up here. Neo is definitely on our list today. Let's keep an eye on that one. SBSW, I think we looked at this before. Horrible. Look at
That
this daily.
South African gold miner trash.
Yeah, it looks like my 1-year-old drew the, well, he's gonna be one, but drew these candles here. It's just horrible. Let's skip on that one. LI, also not looking great here. Now, this one, I seen people trade this. I don't know how, but I seen people put this on their watch list and actually trade it. But again, 288,000, up 2.5. Nothing that I like here on this stock at all. Let's head down over to AMYT. Oh, this is
No,
brutal. Oof. No, no, no. Let's not even talk
let's
about
not.
that. Yeah. CARR.
Block trade.
Oh my God. This is also pretty bad.
Yeah.
So let's skip on this one. All right, Norm, what do you have on your end that you like this morning?
Um, Nothing. I'm going to choose off this list. Not a whole lot. I want to see how the market reacts those two big down days or a few big down days in the market overall. I'm going to give it some time to see how it acts. If it goes red again, it might just start pulling everything with it.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. We did get a little pop here. It's starting to not big pop, just moving sideways right now. At the open, it's going to be interesting what's going to happen here. Are we coming back down to this level of 320? Right, we had our levels yesterday. We broke down from 331, which is a great area of support. Came down right to the next level that we had on here, where we at right now, 327, just kind of going sideways. And then the next level of support that if we do get a big drop, we can possibly see is 320, and I think that will get scary. And it started, Norm, I thought about it yesterday. My wife went to pick up some stuff, and already you're starting to see some of the madness happening in some of these places.
yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But I think we create our own problems when we act that way, act selfish and
Oh, I
greedy
thought
like
you were going to
that.
say what you thought you were about creating your own toilet paper.
No, I should get into the business of that. All right, guys, let's go to the chat room, see what we have here. Let's start with Snap. Snap this morning. What are they up to? They had a huge couple of days. Their daily looks amazing, though. I had a big day yesterday. I did not see this one. Nice recovery yesterday here. Rough start, but yeah, that was pretty nice. So Snap is looking good. This daily, I gotta tell you, I'm surprised where we're at right now with Snap. Looks interesting. This is worth adding 244. I think it needs a better pre-market action and more volume. And as Norm mentioned earlier, the SPY is going to have a lot to do with things this morning, the way they're going to react. So I'm going to snap here as possible. That's a good one. Thank you. Let's look at the Qs. Yeah, you can watch the Qs as well. I won't put that one on my list. Spotify. Spotify is a very difficult stock to trade. I put it next to the list of the Zooms. What else is out there that's pretty bad? TLRY, when it was at this price, they'll trade very similar. They're very difficult to trade. The spread could be bad at times, which
For the
again,
record, Tilray was at this price for about 15 minutes.
15 seconds or more like it, but yeah, it
Yeah,
was insane. And again, and the spread might not be as crazy, but when you have the larger the spread is, the weirder your price action is going to be, and that's important for us because we trade a lot of a price action. So I won't be adding this one. They have a nice gap down today, 6%. The volume is actually good for this type of stock, but again, they just trade very bad. And they also give credit to that, to the volume. They don't get a lot of volume, guys. 2 million shares looks like to be the number here on a regular basis. So not a whole lot there. Let's take a look at Apple. Actually, no way, I skipped a few. Excuse me. Let's take a look at what we have here, DKNG. DKNG this morning getting a bit of a bounce here, very light, up 1.6, 205. This it could be interesting. I think they're definitely oversold on the daily. Obviously, they're at a nice area of support. Is it going to create some opportunities for us for the upside? That's what it comes down to. The 205 right now, up 1.6, worth adding as a possible at least for the most part. Let's take a look at some of the stuff on here. We have eBay. See what's going on with eBay. Enso is giving us that one. eBay is down 4.5. I like the drop here. I like that we lost a lot of areas of support. We're consolidating between 54 and 52.31 for some time there. Nice drop. But their pre-market action needs more volume. You definitely need a lot more going on here. But I see what you're looking at. That could be a good possible one. All right, we'll skip on that one. Let's look at, guys, I will get to your tickets, but if you spam it, I'm just gonna skip you. Netflix, let's take a look at that. This one does not look good right now. No volume, 14,000 shares, so pretty light. TPR, let's take a look at that one. TPR right now up 11.2. Volume is light, and I don't like this pre-market action at the moment. Great daily, right? Nice little breakout here. But keep in mind two things. The pre-market is not great right now. Also, the volume for the most part is not good here neither. Very light on the daily. So not sure what kind of action you're going to get. Let's look at some stuff from yesterday. See, yesterday you traded up 7 million, and then look how this traded, right? So that's
yeah.
concerning there. Be careful with that. Let's take a look at AMD. Sorry, UUU. What is that? UUU. Lower price stock. Let's take a look at our flow here, 1.7. So low flow stocks definitely got something going on right now. Looking good pre-market wise. This could be the low flow of the day. Let's add this on here for now. But it is, again, it is a 1.7 million shares flow. So again, be very, very careful with this. Let's take a look over at what else we have. American Airlines, AMD and American Airlines next. So AMD right now, it's got some volume, 500,000, but the pre-market, I'm just concerned how choppy
Going to be
AMD could
very
be.
market dependent.
Yeah, yeah. So it'll depend on the market for this one. I agree with you 100%. You can have it here. And again, like many of the stocks were yesterday. Look at yesterday. Almost a lot of the stocks we were watching did have a nice drop yesterday, right? So the SPY is going to be something I'm going to be watching very closely. American Airlines, let's take a look. Right now, no, not doing much. American Airlines, I think, again, market dependent as well. Airlines will be doing the same thing, whatever the SPY is going to be doing. Let's take a look at Microsoft. See Microsoft here. We have some good volume on Microsoft. Again, I'm not seeing anything that I love at the moment. They're daily. It's not all great. We are at an area of support here. But again, nothing great there. Maybe a possible, but I'm gonna skip on it for right now. BBBY was good yesterday. What is it doing today? No volume on BBBY, guys. Nothing going on there. SRRK. This one. Look at it yesterday. Insane. Today got a good pre-market action on it. We are up 8.3 on it. Again, this is one of those stocks. Again, this candle here alone is almost $2. So just keep that in mind. This 5-minute candle here is $2. Be very careful. Their spread is right now 7 cents. You got to be careful with the way this thing is jumping around here. You might get surprised with some pretty bad fills. 10 cents there. So again, I don't like the way that is moving there. What's the float on this, by the way?
20
SRRK,
million.
20 million. Okay, so it's borderline low float. And now with a whole lot of volume, which is a scary part, right? You gotta have great volume, and a nice and good 20 cents there. You know that's scary stuff, man. 20 cent spread on a stock like this with that float.
Yeah.
Be very careful. I'm not. In fact, I'm gonna take this off. I don't want to even be tempted to look at this.
You don't want to
Um,
encourage.
what was that? Yeah, exactly. I don't want to encourage that type of trading and behavior. Snap, we do have on our list, guys. It looks very good. Actually, Snap could be
Daily looks interesting there.
yeah, daily looks good. I'm gonna move it up to on the main list because I do like that daily on Snap. It can actually snap and do some stuff there, so that'll be good. GLD. Let's take a look at our YouTube chat. See what we have here. Is this a gold something? I think it is, right?
Yeah, that's a gold ETF.
Yeah, so it's active right now, dropping obviously, but I don't usually day trade this. Again, liquidity is and all that. It's not great, so I'm gonna skip on this one. Brian is really good at trading these type of tickers, like Nugget and those other ones as well. Um, Ford. I know Ford's got some stuff coming out, or some. Saw some headlines. I can't remember what the headline actually was, but I know they were in the news not so long ago. Right now, they're not doing much. 1.6, and look how bad this 1.6 million shares is. That's the thing with Ford. You're gonna get the volume, but you're not gonna get clean trading. Let's see what it did yesterday. Did it have earnings last night? Looks like nice
Yeah,
pop
they had
here.
earnings
Oh,
last
so
night.
that's what I heard. Yeah. Let's look at the. I know we get Ford, we get GE thrown a lot to our chat, but just look at it yesterday, right? You're going from 767, and the high of this was 787. That's a 20 cents move, right? It's a great chart, but that's a 20 cents move. When in many of the other stocks that we watch, this here will be, easily the way this looks here would be $1.80, right? And it trades a lot better, more liquidity, just faster moves. So that's the issue with Ford. And this on a good day. If not, you get stuck in this crap over here, bouncing back and forth between 5 cents. This right here happens a lot more often than not, and this is why I don't trade Ford or GE. They're both very similar in that type of trading. All right, that is I think we have an okay list. Not great, not the best thing, but I think a lot of these companies are going to be waiting to see what the SPY is going to do, how the market's going to react. I mean, we're literally
We
just going
Can
sideways
you
right
go
now.
back to Snap real quick? We got to
Yeah,
ask a question and be
sure.
an interesting answer on Facebook. So being asked, hey guys, why does Snap look great on the daily?
Hmm. That's a great question.
So
Here's
this is
yeah.
a flag. It's a consolidation period. It had its run up. It had its big pop, and now it has put in this consolidation the last 4 or 5 days after the
Yeah.
big run. So that's essentially it, finding its price and doing a little bit of discovery. The fact that it's hung up there and been able to consolidate in that range means you still have buyers interested. There aren't people overly taking profits, and if it can start to break out of the top of that range,
Mm-hmm.
then it could be a great trade to the upside.
Right.
That's the answer to that.
And all this is technicals. All this is being followed by some really good news, right? They killed it a
Yeah.
few days ago, so you got the momentum, you got the continuation. The news is real on this one, man. So that pop could be very nice. So this is why this looks great, actually, and I definitely want to have it on here. Pre-market is a mess right now, but again, a lot of this is because of I believe is because of the SPY. The SPY is moving sideways, and the SPY is at a critical point right now where if it drops down, even no matter how good this looks, Snap might not break out if the SPY has a big downside
Well,
today.
and that's
So,
and that's the other thing. It's essentially sitting at its high from this consolidation period
mhm,
when the SPY has just been tanking every day.
right,
So that's
right.
another thing. Relatively, it's extremely strong.
Exactly. Look at the big day they had yesterday. That who knows if this drop was because of the SPY? It might have been. And look at the recovery. Some stocks didn't recover. They just stay there waiting to see what's going to happen the following day. So this looks very good, guys. Very strong stock right now. Definitely going to be on our list. All right, this is what we have so far. Let's go over to announcements. We'll come back and take a closer look.
All right, guys. Jared's success webinar on his Pearson Fail reversal strategy should be posted. Then next week, kind of quiet on the webinar front, especially for US based traders. Uh, really, the only one we've got going on is Wednesday night, 8 p.m., Managing Taxes for Canadians by Jonathan Warren. That'll be in the webinar room, I believe, at 8 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. Nada's webinar should be up. We will be back to a full schedule after next week. Lots of interesting stuff coming up. If you want to participate in the member trade of the day, take a screenshot of your best trade, mark it up, entries, exits, thoughts, ideas, strategies, why you took the trade, why you partialed out when you did. Anything you can add to give color to how this amazing trade took place and your thought process helps. Post it on Twitter, tag at Bearable Traders, at Mike B underscore BBT, and at Norm BBT. Also use the hashtags BBT family, day trading and stock market. Mike will announce the winner each day in the closing bell show for the day, and then all those trades of the day are eligible for trade of the week. The team votes on that, and it's announced Monday afternoon in the closing bell show. Winner gets a $100 Amazon gift card. Now, let's see here. Just a reminder, Amazon. Excuse me, man. I am tired. I've been up for like 7+ hours already. I apologize,
Oh
guys.
man.
I'm about to fall asleep sitting in my chair. Um, Andrew's book, How to Day Trade for a Living, is now available in Espanol on both Amazon and through Audible. If you're watching us on YouTube, haven't been in the chat, you can do so at a discount. Use the promo code premarket24. That's premarket24. That gives you 7 calendar days, 5 trading days in the room. Also, access to Carlos's live onboarding class each and every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Doesn't auto renew or turn into any other kind of discount. Also, if you'd like to either upgrade your membership or become a lifetime member, you can use the promo code Halloween35 to get 35% off.
All right, thank you. Let's get to our list, guys. Starts with MRVL here. They're nice. They're dropping down 7.9. I do like what I'm seeing here. Great volume. Pre-market action looking actually pretty decent. Definitely on our list. Pins is here again, just kind of bouncing back and forth between this 66.50 and this 64.21 right now. So we'll see. Not a bad pre-market action. Beautiful pop here. We'll see how this is going to play out. This was a good one. OSTK, I'm on the fence on. I have it here because they got a great pre-market action, but this stock, 20-cent spread already, 15 at times. Uh, we'll see. Might not stay there. Neo looks great. I love Neo because Neo is going to have great volume. Already does 3.2. Their spread is usually very nice, clean pre-market action. What you have to be just aware of at the open, you can get these crazy spikes, right? So just wait 5, 15, 10 minutes for it to settle down and it can give you some pretty good opportunities. But if you try to take a shot when this thing is bouncing up and down right at the open, you are going to get shocked. It might be stopped out, and then your play might actually work out, whatever strategy you're looking for. So just be mindful of that. This is a good stock to sometimes wait at times and kind of wait for it to settle down. Their daily here, guys, looks amazing. Also, like we talked of Snap, beautiful breakout opportunity towards this level. So definitely going to keep this one on deck. Here is Snap. We just talked about that one. That one is good. Let's look at our possibles. JMIA. Uh, okay, pre-market action. I'll leave it here for now. Twitter, for the most part, also possible breakout. Not as great pre-market action, but this is decent. DKNG's moving nicely here. I might move DKNG up because I think this one's very oversold on the daily. We can have some opportunities here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's more than enough for me right there. And Twitter, I'm gonna keep a close eye on Twitter. This could be a good one too. And AMD. All right, I think we have a good list. Let's do some levels here. Starting with a MRVL, we have a level here, 3702. Great area of support on the daily and resistance, so a nice level there. Price action slightly below that. Our pre-market low right now, where we had a nice little bounce here a few minutes ago, actually 7 o'clock, and looks like we're going to retest that now. 35.78, so that looks good. Also, if you go back, look at the daily. We're getting a lot of resistance support right around here, guys. So that looks good. Towards the bottom of that, if we were to lose that level, another great level right on here, 37. I'm sorry, 38. 34, 38, excuse me, several days on there bouncing off of that. So you can see that there. Beautiful action there as well on that one. And then in case we have a really, really bad day, you do have another level all the way down here at 32.77. Great area support here, here, and here as well for this one. So that's above towards the top, guys. You do have the last two trading days highs and lows, previous day close. In here, you have some real choppiness going on. So you're not gonna find a great level in here. It's just too messy. So if you go back a little bit, you have one here where you can possibly put something over at a 37.86. Let's put one there. That could be a good one. And now, once you have this clean level off this move, here you can see now, right now that you have that level if there's some touches on there and see how much strength you're going to put on its actual price target, right? So you can have that on there. That makes a lot more sense now. Here's pins. Pins right now, again, stuck between the 65.50 and the 64.21. We're getting a lot of action in there at the moment. Low of the pre-market, 58.74. But again, I'm not going to put too much weight on that right now. I mean, you only have this one candle here, right? I guess probably a block trade. It's very early when the market opens right at 4 a.m. You have this here. So don't put too much weight on that. I wouldn't. I would rather put more weight on some of these levels here in our after hours action, right? Right over here at 63. I'd rather put more weight on that. I'd rather put more weight over on this one here as well. The beautiful resistance pullback and then breakout. And then even this level here is more significant in this 58.74 for me. So I'm going to actually just remove 58.74. Oh, did I just do all of them? Yes, I did. Let's put them back. 62.89. We do have 61.51 and then 60.11. So these are a lot better than just this one here. All right, so that's what we have on pins, guys. Let's see what happens here. Great volume, 2.4, up 31.8. So that's great for pins at the moment. Here's OSTK. This one might not stay here. And if I do keep it here, I'm going to be very, very careful. High of the pre-market, 83.01. So let's mark that down. Also above that, you do have another level over here that's been touched a couple of times, 87.47, 43 on the daily one here as well, here support here also, so that's good as well. And then below, right below the price action, I know this daily looks horrible. It's very, very choppy, but right in here is a lot of touches on this level, 77 66, right? A lot of touches as far as resistance and support as well. So I do like that level there. All right, let's go over to Neo. Neo, the daily again looks really, really good. Had a great day a couple of days ago. Yesterday was kind of, kind of a markets day, pulling things all over the place. And today they're looking to break out, hopefully 28.98, high of the pre-market, actually 29 to be exact. Above that, 29.37. I believe that is your all-time high as well on Neo. I mean, Neo just look at the rip on Neo. In May, this thing was sitting over at $4 right in here, just in May. So it's just incredible what this thing has done. Towards the bottoms, high and low from the last two trading days. You do not need to add any more on here. Here is Snap. Again, the daily on Snap looks amazing. High of your pre-market right now is 43.89. And I'm also going to mark down this level up here at 44.20. So 44.20, the most recent high a couple of days ago as well. Towards the bottom, highs and lows from the last two trading days are taking care of you right on there. DKNG, this one right now, we have a nice pop here. Nice pop at the moment, up 2.2 after again being what I think is really oversold on the daily here. So let's see if that can create some opportunities. Highs and lows from the last two trading days got you covered from top to bottom here on your price action. You can get another level maybe right over here on the daily. You do have 43.25 area of support and some resistance, but really support here. This thing dropped down and it held here for a couple of days before you had this drop. So that is good. I think that's all you need, guys. A lot of levels in here. The support of the previous day close is a good one. If you go back over here, you can see how many times we have touched that there, and we're just getting a bounce right off of that right now as well. So that's pretty good there. And that is what we have. As possible, I only have three JMIA, which is not again something about the stock sometimes a little bit funky. We do have Twitter on here as well. Twitter's daily looks pretty good, and we also have AMD. We'll see what that does there. I'm going to remove some of these levels because now we do have our highs and lows kind of overlapping some of the levels we have from yesterday. So let's take those out. And you can see towards the top, you're pretty much covered here as far as levels. And then towards the bottom, if we were to lose that, you do have a level right in here. A lot of touches over at a 74.72 for AMD. All right, let's take a look at what our moderators are watching this morning. Let's see what they like today. We have, let me just get this over here 1 second, guys. Okay, here we go. So we have, let's start with Eamon. He has Microsoft, Oxy, CCL. Oh, did we look at CCL? We'll take a look at CCL, see what's happening. Secondary, OSTK, AMD, and SRRK. Jerry is watching Facebook, Microsoft, Neo, and secondary, he's looking at BP, and he's looking at OSTK and also DKNG. Mike has high of day breakouts, but right now he's focused on Facebook and BS as opportunities. Thor will be watching pins, which is looking pretty good today. Facebook, Neo, and secondary list CCL, which we'll take a look at in a second, and Twitter. Peter has ALGM. Oh, these are IPOs. Excuse me. So IPOs coming out today. This is not on the screen right now, but IPOs coming out today. ALGM, GLTO, and LESL. And these will be he'll call out. He'll put them on the announcements tab when they do come on active. Um, but his list is going to be pins, AMD, Neo, and secondary Snap, Ford, and CCL. John has his high of day breakouts as usual. He has Facebook, Baba, NBA as of right now. Tiffany likes Neo, pins, both really good. Secondary, OSTK, and Snap. And Brian has pins, Neo, DKNG, IPHI, and nothing for fun. I thought IPHI would have been one for fun. Is that not a low flow? IPHI? No, no. But this should be the one for fun today, Brian, because this one could be very, very risky and scary. So be careful with that one. All right, so let's take a look at CCL. A lot of moderators have CCL on their list. I think that could be a good one. Let's just check out what's going on there. CCL. Yeah, CCL's it's interesting. It's got some volume here. Again, big red day for these guys yesterday. Possible continuation, especially the way the market is going to react today. That's going to be key here. Just look at the action yesterday on it. Traded so well towards the downside. They get a very strong reversal here. Nice little reversal. And just cannot get above the VWAP. Beautiful VWAP false breakout. And then right back down to the lows and then some. So pretty good stuff there on CCL yesterday. I think this is definitely worth having as a possible. I might even actually move something like no, actually no. This list is good. I'm not gonna change it right now. I think it looks good. OSTK is probably the one that I'm on the fence on, so I'll be looking closely at CCL this morning. All right, guys, that is what we have. Let's go to the member trade of the day. This goes over to Daniel. He had an amazing trade on UAL. UAL was very active yesterday, so congratulations there. You had a great entry, great partials there, being moving, taking off some off the table. So amazing job on United Airlines yesterday. Good luck in winning the member trade of the week next week. So look forward to see who's going to win that. Guys, that is what we have. Thank you so much for joining the pre-market show this morning. Again, please have a SPY chart up because I think today that's going to be important. I think every day is important, but most so the last couple of days with the way things have been happening. Right now, the SPY is just kind of moving sideways at the moment, pretty much flat, really. It's just hanging right at this previous day close line after a nice drop yesterday. We do have some levels here, 331. We have 320 towards the bottom. Let's see what kind of day we're going to get today. So take care, guys. Stay safe. Happy Thursday, and we will see you tomorrow to end the week, Friday. Let's see how things are going to shape up today and into tomorrow. Take care, guys. Stay safe.